If any of you have ever played a quest style of video game, I want to know if you've ever gone back into a room you've already cleared, to look around and see if maybe there's anything that you missed the first time around. I am Shannon Nix, creator and owner of Art Farm Studios. Today, I am your friendly art teacher and art farmer. If you've been with us the whole time, welcome back. And if this is the first time in the garden, welcome. We are in our fifth and final part of our series, Butterfly Conversations. Today, we will be talking about the lessons. Something we have been practicing in these videos is breathing before we start something new. So just like that, we're gonna start this conversation new and let's breathe together. Take a big inhale, fill up your lungs, and then exhale. Just feel your shoulders releasing down and away from your ears. Exhale it out. Perfect. Thank you for breathing with me. We're gonna check back into our wagon and we're gonna see if there's any gifts that we may have missed. So in episode 1, The Dream, we invited you to ask yourself, who are the voices of your teachers? Hopefully you've had some time to think on that. Who is waiting for you at the end of your dark hallway? Who are your teachers? Are you listening to them? In episode 2, we talked about the wound, and we spent a little more time in the wound because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of healing that happens in the dark, and that was the biggest takeaway of the wound, and this idea that we have to keep moving forward. We have to keep tiptoeing towards the unknown, often dark and scary parts of ourselves. We have to keep leaning into that. It's really about how we tend to the wound. Any wound, whether it's a physical wound, an emotional wound, how you tend to it matters. How you heal matters. You can heal something the wrong way by not tending to it lovingly. Living in the memory of the past is a survival response mode. 70% of us are in this mode all the time. We're living in a fight or flight. We're living in survival. Sometimes the wound can feel very safe. It just does not feel good. And so this idea that we do have to spend time in it, but we don't want to spend so much time in it that we're scared of what's ahead of it or past it or in front of it. As an artist, I feel like it's my job to transmute negative energy into positive and to find a way to make something that might be unknown or even ugly, scary, dark, making that energy palatable. For me, art has been one of the few places in my life that really can handle my stories. It can really handle my experiences and the intensity of my experiences. So much of this conversation has been about the shifts in our own perceptions and how our perceptions are our reality. How you see something is how you believe it is, and how you believe something is how you see something. So think on that. So before moving too much further, I do want to address a couple things that came in as a response to this conversation, because I really love when you guys have been a part of this conversation. So I thank you if you have written to me. I have heard from you guys a few things I did want to address. One piece of feedback that I thought was very valuable was, if I were to do something differently, I said that I would turn around and face my fears. And for me, my fear is that turnaround. That is my lesson. That may not be the right answer for you. If you are in a situation where you are running for your life, perhaps, you are afraid of a certain person, perhaps, sometimes facing them could get you hurt. And I need to make sure that I step forward to say that that may not be the answer. Sometimes the answer for survival is to leave quietly. Sometimes your answer is to figure it out for yourself, and it may not be in all cases to turn around and face your abuser, your attacker, your monster, your fear. It's not always the answer. It just happened to be my answer. And on that same note, someone also said, you, in saying what you would do differently, you did not say that you would get help. How can you ask for help? And I was thinking about this, and my teachers, I did ask for help, and I didn't mention it, and I should have. I had 3 very influential teachers during this chapter of my life where this was actually happening while I was in this experience with this person in the wound. I had an English teacher and 2 art teachers, and I went to them and I did confide in them. That's why I like to mentor young people now, for the same exact reason, because I know how important being there and listening and offering your gift as a teacher, your voice. So I guess I was getting some help and I didn't mention it. And if you are like me and you're someone who asking for help might be not easy, find those people who are safe for you, because trust me, part of this conversation has also been to remind you that what you have is already with you. Then we moved into episode 3, The Gift, where we tiptoed through the dark and we learned that we have to lean into our unknowns and into those dark and scary parts of ourselves. We are the keepers of our own light. It's just important to remember that you have everything with you that you need to unfurl your wings. Your wings are already on your back. And unfurling your wings is just the beginning. That's the takeaway. And then we headed into episode 4, The Map and Keys. This was the idea that we have to be honest, just like a GPS system. You have to be honest with where is your start point and where are you going. We are a work in progress. Willingly, I progress. WIP, willingly, I go forward. Willingly, I progress. You have to be willing to lean in, willing to tiptoe, willing to go forward. And we're here. We're here now. Episode 5, The Lessons. This video is simply an invitation to rise. This entire conversation is really for you to take a look at your butterflies. I think so much of life we have this nervous energy, and as an artist I definitely think about nervous energy, and if you can kind of switch that into thinking about like the butterflies, the energy in you, your butterflies. It's just this invitation to align with your dreams, your scary ones. Align with them. Your butterflies, the big ones. Go forward, lean in. That's my lesson. That's your lesson. That's this lesson. So, I mean, if you are watching this right now, it is your turn to fly. I guess all the lessons of this entire conversation to take away is really just to look at your gifts. They come in forms of teachers and friends and family, and look at your gifts. Listen to your gifts. You don't want to just open your gifts. The action part is super important. Just like we talked about, if you find the match and you find the candle, it still doesn't light itself. You have to do the work. You have to do the action. You have to use the gift now. Don't wait. Don't hold on to it. There's new gifts after the gift that you're holding on to. So just open it and use it. We've made it to the end of this video. Whew. Take another breath. And let's look back in our wagon. Are there any gifts that maybe we missed the first time we were there? Maybe we were in the fight or flight, in the survival. Maybe we were in the battle or in the hot loneliness. Maybe now, with a different energy, a new kind of energy, we can re-enter the room. We can re-enter the wagon and check out the gifts and see if there's anything we've missed. Let's do it. Let's get this party started. Okay. So it says, take time to be fully present. Every second is a gift. A second gift. It says, take all the time you need, but not too much. So important, take all the time you need, but not too much. There's another gift in here. A second gift. Every second is a gift, a second gift. I am on time. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You are on time. Just one thing at a time. This is my time. Healing. Healing takes time. I have enough time. You have exactly enough time. So that's a wrap for Butterfly Conversations. It's not a wrap for Art Farm. I hope to see you guys again here soon. Whether you are a caterpillar, a butterfly, an art farmer, you're always welcome here at the garden. So until then, I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.